I'm very excited about this episode of Vintage Toy Freedom because I love Skeleton Warriors. This was a toy line that came out in 1994. I was a little bit too old when it came out. I remember my little brother was into it. There was a cartoon show, a Super Nintendo game, a short comic book miniseries. But these are really cool figures, and they really stand the test of time in terms of their sculpts and their details and accessories and all that kind of stuff. Also, just the other day, I got the Skeleton Warriors collector case, which I've been eyeing for a while, and I found it at a local vintage toy store in Cincinnati. This was made by the Terra Toy Corporation, who also made G.I. Joe cases and Transformer cases and other toy line collector cases. That was kind of their deal. And it's interesting here. Whoops, we got a few of them falling out. It only has 6 slots because these are some big figures. Like this dude is pretty honking right there, so he kind of just like barely fits in there. So a lot of times the cases will have like 2 trays, but not for Skeleton Warriors. So kind of interesting because they made 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 figures. So you would need 2 cases to fit them all, unless I guess you put some of the smaller ones together. Anywho, this is Dagger. He is the espionage expert of the Skeleton Legion. So the skeletons are the bad guys, the humans are the good guys who fight skeletons. Here's what's interesting about this and what a lot of people don't know, and I kind of just discovered on my own through creating this YouTube channel, Vintage Toy Freedom. So I mentioned these were released in 1994. If you can see here, you see the sticker over the original copyright information, and this says 1999. So they re-released these in 1999 for some reason. I have no idea why, and I've not been able to find out why. Because again, the toy, comic, show, video game was 94, 95, none of that stuff. My only thought process is that this company, Playmates made these, that they just had the molds and the art and all that kind of stuff, and they thought, hey, you know what, we're going to just re-release them and maybe make some more money. I don't know. I have no idea why they would just completely re-release kind of certainly a B-list property with no other media tie-ins in 1999. No clue. Now, another thing to note, all of this is different. The sculpts are the same of the figures and the weapons, that kind of stuff, but this is actually a 99 sculpt. And I opened this off the card. Check out that YouTube video. And this is an original 94. The one thing you'll notice is that the bones are a different color, and also the accessories. So if you had, I mean, I don't really have them to compare, but they recolored some of the accessories. I don't know if they did all. I can't say for certain because I don't have all the figures, but they are definitely different. The colors of the bones, the colors of the accessories, some of the accessories I'll say, I don't want to say for certain, are different. So that's kind of how you can tell if they're loose. It's not always 100% accurate, but you just have to kind of use your best guess. But you know, if they're carded, obviously you can see they'll clearly have that sticker. It says 1999, even though this is a 1994 property. Enough talking. We are going to bust open this guy, and again, this is just a series that I think really stood the test of time. Each one of these comes with a little mini poster. I have several of these now because I've opened at least 3 of them. The poster is pretty cool. It's got some cool artwork on there. The good guys, the bad guys, they're bad to the bone. And then over here, it's got just kind of the image that was on the back with all the figures. So you can hang that on your wall if you're so inclined. So let's bust him out. So he's got like a helmet with a jewel. He's got this cape. And then what's interesting about him in particular, his name is Dagger, obviously. He has this dagger. So he has this sort of sheath here. And he has a dagger that comes out. I had one of these loose, and I had no idea what it went to. I really thought it was like Turtles or something, which was also made by Playmates. But it took me a while to figure out that this actually went to a Skeleton Warrior figure. So there's that. So some pretty good attention to detail. The colors are cool. He has this, they all have names. They did it very similar to Turtles, where they have this little box here with the names of all their weapons. So this is a Skull Blaster. Dagger is on the cutting edge of destruction when he fires this dangerous combination blade and blaster. So they did a lot of these like gun knife combinations. His bone blade, which I just showed you. Ultra sharp instrument of doom that helps Dagger make his point. Haha, little pun there. This is the spring-fired, flesh-pounding chromium hammer. Dagger swings into action with his heavy-duty head basher. So I guess it's supposed to be kind of a hammer and a skull missile and a blade. So very multi-purpose, multi-function weapons here for these skeleton warrior folks. If I can get this in here. That also says the Light Star Crystal Fragment, the magical jeweled stone, symbol of undying loyalty to Baron Dark. He's, again, the espionage expert. It says bad things come in small packages, and Dagger is no exception. All bones and no brains, Dagger carries out Baron Dark's dirty work, equipped with a lethal arsenal. Whether he's knocking heads with his chromium hammer or slicing and dicing with his skull blaster, Dagger is an underhanded underling with a bad attitude. So he's kind of almost kind of a mix of like a Destro, and because Destro is a weapons expert, and then he's just kind of like the kind of heavy hitter sidekick kind of guy. So let's figure out this blaster. It says, knock the Legion of Light senseless with Dagger's chromium hammer. So there's not really a trigger. It just kind of, you'll see there, it just kind of nestles itself under there. And you press it and it does that. So I like this line. Again, I think this is a really cool line. I think it stands the test of time for sure. And the colors are cool. The accessories are cool. The figures are cool. I don't have any of the good guys. I really need to find some of the good guys. I imagine they were probably short packed because they're just not as interesting as the bad guys. So thanks for watching. This was the Skeleton Warriors Dagger from Playmates. This was the 1999 version, not the 1994 version. So hopefully you learned something new today. And as always, play with your toys.